Zone, look at that. Sensational. Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol for all the belts at 100.
The boxing world is on fire as Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, two undefeated light heavyweight champions, are finally about to collide in what's being billed as one of the biggest fights of the year. However, with all the recent tension between these two, it seems we might actually get a fight much better than what we expect. And the recent heated face-to-face shows us just that. With the WBC, IBF, and WBO belts held by Beterbiev and the WBA title belonging to Bivol, the stakes couldn't be higher as the two juggernauts are set to unify the division. "You know you don't get this," Bivol said calmly in the face-off. The line was simple, but the underlying message was clear. Bivol didn't just believe he could win, he knew it. Beterbiev, known for his devastating power, didn't take kindly to the jab. The unified champion has built a fearsome reputation, with all of his 19 victories coming by way of knockout. He responded with a cold glare, but it was clear that Bivol's words had struck a nerve. Beterbiev leaned forward slightly, his broad shoulders and stoic face conveying a silent threat. "Talk all you want now," Beterbiev finally said. "You won't say anything when I'm done with you." The back and forth was brief, but the intensity of the moment had the audience on edge. Bivol remained unmoved, brushing off Beterbiev's words as if they were nothing more than hot air. "You fought guys who couldn't take your power," Bivol fired back. "I'm not them. I've beaten tougher fighters, and I'll beat you too." There's a sense that Bivol, who shocked the world by defeating Canelo Alvarez in May 2022, has unlocked a new level of confidence since that monumental victory. His precise, technical style has frustrated even the most aggressive opponents, and he believes Beterbiev's power will be no different. Bivol's calm demeanor in the face of Beterbiev's knockout streak is a testament to his self-assurance. But this was not the only time these two have been at it, as if Beterbiev's flawless 20-0 record, with 20 knockouts and 3 light heavyweight titles, weren't enough. The stoic 39-year-old also made headlines during another previous press conference for something else much different: his silence. Beterbiev hardly spoke, but his minimal words packed a punch that set the tone for what could become one of the most significant fights in boxing history. The press conference in London became a masterclass in understated confidence. And even though Beterbiev said little, his presence spoke volumes. When asked how he felt about facing Bivol, a fellow Russian who holds the WBA belt, Beterbiev's only response was, "I see another belt. I'm collecting all the belts and I need one more." Simple, direct, but within those few words was a clear message. Beterbiev is not here to talk, he's here to conquer. For all the press conference theatrics, which are usually filled with trash talk and big promises, Beterbiev made it clear that words don't win fights. Actions do. This silence, especially from a fighter known for being a walking demolition machine, only added to his mystique. In fact, Beterbiev has built a reputation as one of the most devastating punchers in the sport, known for breaking down his opponents with surgical precision and brute force. Among his past victims are world champions like Callum Johnson, Joe Smith Jr., and Oleksandr Gvozdyk, all left in the rubble of his relentless power. But this fight isn't just a typical battle for another belt. It's a high-stakes encounter that puts Beterbiev's raw destruction against the cerebral style of Dmitry Bivol, a man who might just be his kryptonite. While Beterbiev operates with the mindset of a bulldozer, Bivol brings something different to the table: finesse, boxing IQ, and the ability to outthink his opponents. Bivol's manager, Vadim Kornilov, defended his fighter's skill set at the press conference, stating, "Boxing is more about class, IQ, style, and skills." And Kornilov's confidence isn't misplaced. Bivol has an impressive 22-0 record with 11 knockouts. But more importantly, he has the kind of disciplined technical style that has made him one of the most respected fighters in the sport today. His crowning achievement came when he delivered the stunning performance against Canelo Alvarez, the pound-for-pound king at the time. Bivol's win over Canelo wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. Even though the official scorecards read 115-113, most viewers agreed the fight wasn't nearly that close. Bivol systematically dismantled Canelo, a fighter many assumed would steamroll his way through the light heavyweight division. But Bivol had other plans, outclassing Alvarez with a sophisticated mix of defense, ring generalship, and perfectly timed counters.
No, not 50-50. One, Beterbiev is 38 years old. Beterbiev has been down.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Bivol had never been down. Bivol been in there with who at the time was pound the best, which was Canelo Alvarez. Made him look like nothing. So I'm not saying it's 50-50. Beterbiev.
It was a masterclass in boxing, and it earned Bivol the 2022 Boxing Writers Association of America Fighter of the Year award. At the press conference, the MC described the upcoming Bivol-Beterbiev showdown as a battle between the best pure boxer in the world and the most destructive puncher in the world. Bivol's promoter, Eddie Hearn, went a step further, calling it one of the purest matches in the sport. According to Hearn, this is the best fight in boxing. And for once, the hyperbole usually reserved for these events felt genuine. This isn't just another title fight. This is the fight that could define an entire era of the light heavyweight division. Beterbiev's promoter, top-rank president Todd Duboff, kept it simple when explaining why his fighter will emerge victorious. "I've been a fan of destruction, and this guy is all about destruction." He went on to say, "My friends call me during his fights and ask, 'Who is this monster?'" Indeed, Beterbiev has earned his nickname as a monster in the ring, with his 100% knockout rate serving as undeniable proof that nobody can survive 12 rounds with him. When asked why the fight between these two Russian titans took so long, Beterbiev offered a sly grin and replied, "Ask him," gesturing to Bivol. Bivol didn't shy away from the moment, offering his own sharp retort. "It seemed to me that Beterbiev only wanted to work on fights promoted by Top Rank. The tension between the two fighters was palpable, even if most of it was expressed through looks and brief remarks rather than full-blown verbal exchanges." Both fighters took a moment to thank Saudi Arabia's His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh for financially backing the fight, with Bivol stating, "There was no person who could make the fight, and now we have His Excellency, who loves boxing and made it happen." Despite all the gravity of the occasion, Beterbiev remained elusive when asked if he had a message for Bivol. "He knows already," was all he said. This cryptic response sparked speculation among commentators who wondered if Beterbiev had the upper hand during their days training together as Russian amateurs. Did Beterbiev ever knock Bivol down or rough him up in sparring? Kornilov later told Boxing Scene that the two fighters only trained and worked together, without offering any additional insight into who might have gotten the better of those sessions. Eddie Hearn, however, was quick to shut down any notion that Beterbiev would have an easy night in the ring. "Dmitry's boxing is on a different level, and it needs to be against this wrecking machine," Hearn said. But Bivol hasn't been given the credit he deserves. He beat Canelo with consummate ease. He has all the ability to stand this man on his head. Footwork, ring IQ, composure. We have someone who's very special indeed. Hearn has been pushing for this fight for 6 years, ever since Kornilov first told him, "We need Beterbiev." Now, the fight is finally here, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The winner will not only become the undisputed champion, but could also lay claim to being the most dominant figure in the sport today. Bivol, for his part, exudes quiet confidence. "Every time I train, I think my opponent is the most dangerous opponent I've ever met in the ring," he said when asked about the threat posed by Beterbiev. "Of course he's dangerous, look at his record, but I love challenges. I love to be tested, and this is a huge challenge." Bivol went on to express his unwavering belief in his own skills, but he knows that nothing can be taken for granted in the ring. Boxing is a sport where one punch can change everything, and Beterbiev's knockout power makes him a constant threat. However, Bivol's disciplined approach and sharp reflexes give him a fighting chance to navigate the danger and find openings to land his own shots. Trainer Robert Garcia has his eyes firmly set on the upcoming bout between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, and he's tipping Bivol to take the fight by decision. For Garcia, the matchup between these two Russian champions, widely regarded as the best light heavyweights in the world, is a battle that could go either way. But when pressed on who he thinks will come out on top, he leans toward the slicker, more technical Bivol. "I can't wait for that one, man," Garcia told FightHub TV with genuine excitement. "That's going to be a fight that's hard to pick the winner. I lean towards Bivol by decision." Garcia recognizes the magnitude of this fight, not just for the two fighters but for the sport of boxing itself. A Bivol-Beterbiev matchup has been years in the making, and while it was originally set for an earlier date, an unfortunate knee injury to Beterbiev delayed the bout. Now, with both fighters ready to go, the stage is set for an epic showdown on October 12th in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Where Bivol's WBA belt will be on the line against Beterbiev's unified WBC, IBF, and WBO titles. "I just think he's got that style that he's not going to allow Beterbiev to get in," Garcia explained. "I don't know, I just think Bivol will push it up and earn a decision win." Garcia's observation here reflects his deep understanding of the technical nuances of boxing. Bivol is known for his ability to control the distance in the ring, keeping opponents at bay with his sharp footwork, pinpoint accuracy, and his disciplined, patient approach to fighting. While Beterbiev is a relentless force, constantly applying pressure and looking for the knockout, Bivol has the tools to neutralize that aggression and rack up points over the course of the fight. Garcia isn't dismissing Beterbiev's power and experience, and with good reason. At 39 years old, Artur Beterbiev remains one of the most devastating forces in boxing today. Despite what some may view as the twilight of his career, Beterbiev has defied the typical limitations of aging fighters. His performances have shown no signs of decline, especially in his most recent fight against Callum Smith, where he not only dominated, but once again demonstrated his signature knockout power. Beterbiev's physical strength and relentless aggression have made him a feared figure in the light heavyweight division, capable of ending a fight with a single, well-placed punch. Garcia is acutely aware of the threat Beterbiev poses. "I also wouldn't be surprised if Beterbiev hurts Bivol and knocks him out because that guy has so much power that he could knock anybody out," Garcia admitted. This candid acknowledgement reflects the ever-present danger that Beterbiev brings into the ring. No matter how well Bivol might be performing, or how much control he seems to have over the fight, Beterbiev's raw power creates a level of unpredictability that makes him a constant threat. All it takes is one mistake, one misstep, and Beterbiev could seize the moment, turning the tide of the fight with a single blow. What makes this matchup so intriguing is the contrast in styles between the two fighters. Dmitry Bivol is known for his technical brilliance. His approach is cerebral, methodical. He relies on his ring IQ, footwork, and ability to outthink and outmaneuver his opponents. Bivol's defense is superb, and his ability to control distance and dictate the pace of the fight makes him a difficult puzzle to solve. He frustrates opponents by making them miss, then counters with precision, all while remaining composed and focused. On the other hand, Beterbiev is the embodiment of raw, destructive power. He marches forward with relentless pressure, cutting off the ring and forcing his opponents into uncomfortable positions. His punches are heavy, designed to break down both the body and spirit of his opponent. Every punch carries the weight of knockout potential, and as the rounds go on, Beterbiev's brutal, grinding style often proves too much for even the toughest challengers. This clash of styles, Bivol's precision and finesse versus Beterbiev's sheer power and aggression, sets the stage for an explosive showdown. The question is whether Bivol's technical mastery can neutralize Beterbiev's overwhelming force. Can Bivol avoid the traps Beterbiev will undoubtedly set, using his footwork to stay out of danger and score points from a distance? Or will Beterbiev's power ultimately break through, leading to yet another devastating knockout in his already impressive career? The fight's unpredictability makes it all the more exciting. Both fighters have proven themselves at the highest level, and each brings something unique to the table. For Bivol, this is a chance to further solidify his status as one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world. For Beterbiev, it's another opportunity to prove that age is just a number, and that his power remains unmatched, even against the most skilled opponents. As the fight approaches, fans and analysts alike will debate the various strategies and possibilities. Can Bivol keep Beterbiev at bay for 12 rounds, outpointing him with precision and movement? Or will Beterbiev find a way to close the distance, landing the one punch that changes everything? Both outcomes are entirely possible, and that's what makes this fight such a tantalizing prospect for boxing fans everywhere. Garcia's prediction that Bivol will edge out a decision win suggests that he believes Bivol will be able to avoid getting into a brawl. And instead use his superior boxing skills to frustrate Beterbiev and keep him from landing his devastating punches.
Then it's like, boom, 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 boom. And then you're like looking over like, oh my gosh, like, and then what was after like...
But as Garcia points out, the danger for Bivol will always be present. Beterbiev's power has been his hallmark throughout his career, and it's that one-punch knockout potential that makes him such a dangerous opponent for Bivol. The key will be to avoid getting caught in exchanges with Beterbiev and to maintain his composure and discipline for the full 12 rounds. In Garcia's view, Bivol's technical skills and discipline give him the edge in this fight. But he also knows that anything can happen when you're facing a puncher as powerful as Beterbiev. Fans of the sport are in for a treat as the two best light heavyweights in the world prepare to collide, with the possibility of an undisputed champion emerging at the end of the night. For Garcia, the fight is a tough call, but his experience as a trainer and his knowledge of the sport have led him to favor Bivol's more refined boxing skills. However, he remains fully aware of the danger that Beterbiev poses. What do you think? Share your thoughts below in the comments.